Squeeze my urethra because I'd already begun strength training at that point.
This man is blue from the face and is screaming and can't stop. All you have is a spork and an eraser. How do you fix him?
Describe diabetic urine as wonderfully sweet as if it were imbued with honey or sugar.
There it is. Now we're in sync. Finally.
Clap, clap, we are back.
You would have thought after 82 episodes, this would have been just automatic, but I guess the technical gods had other plans for us.
Tech god. Isn't that what you call your superior, technically, at work?
That's what I call my dick, dude. Fuck, that was really early. Alright, that's a bleep.
No, we're good. We have, like, all those clips in the beginning. That always saves us some time.
True. It was like 30 seconds in.
And this one will probably be another you edit, but on the bright side, whatever we record in the next week, we can bank up and hopefully I can edit over the course of a longer week because I am halfway through editing the episode that I recorded with Dylan, my Massachusetts jiu-jitsu friend.
Oh, no way! Was surprise for me, special present, unknown
there you
episode.
Go.
That's
you
crazy.
Tap out of one. I am so sorry I've had you do so many of the edits. Dude,
no.
Med school is a lot.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's a lot. What's crazy is we have, like, let me add it up, I don't know, 4, 12, 3, 2, maybe 16 hours of class a week, 17 if you count the optional review session.
Right.
And you'd think that'd be incredibly light, especially given that, like, I had UConn semesters with literally 45 hours of class time a week.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But, dude, there's a lot of what Dell does, and hopefully this isn't giving away industry secrets, is to make the 1 year condensed didactic portion, all of the teaching, all of the class stuff, they cram into like 51.5 weeks instead of 2 semesters, summer, 2 semesters, the 2 years that almost every other school does.
Right.
So just off the bat, we're using like 35% less months, and then also all the way through summer and less winter break, etc. But to make that work, a lot of it is flipped, which, if you're not familiar, is do most of the work and do most of the teaching and the learning on your own outside of class, and then come in and we will review these things and apply these things and talk about them in the context of medicine.
Right.
Which is great, except that it means like a given pre-reading, and we'll have 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with lecture each week. But the pre-reading assignments for any given day, so, 48 hours from when you finish, 44 hours from when you finish one lecture to when you need to have pre-reading done, is like 55 pages of textbook, 3 scholarly papers, and a PowerPoint, and then also everything else that you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like just the reading. If I were to take no notes, make no flashcards off of it, not answer, there's pre-work learning objectives. So what I've been trying to do is go through and answer the 10 or 20 of those and answer them before the class. So that slows it down. It's not like I'm just reading textbook and saying I'm good. But some of the questions are like, describe the synthesis of heme. And that's like a 12-step pathway with a dozen enzymes and like all sorts of feedback. So even answering a question sometimes is like an hour and a half for these 20 learning objectives.
Dude, I have a classic tip for you that I used all through college, if you think that you're man enough to use it.
I can't wait to hear.
Don't do the pre-readings. Just show up to the class, pay somewhat good attention, and then cram for tests, dude.
I like where you're coming from.
Do you like where I'm going?
It's all flipped, so the learning happens outside of class. Not doing the outside of class portion means that you're missing 80% of the content coverage.
This sounds like a scam, if I'm being honest. You go to a school for them to teach you. You don't go to a school to teach yourself. I don't know, man.
They point me to the things. They give me the learning objectives.
There's nothing that you could learn at med school that I couldn't learn in my public library for free. I'm just going to say that right now.
Kind of the case if the public library has a computer and internet connection.
Yeah, most of them do.
Well, that's the part. It's
Okay.
honestly, I mean, that's kind of the thing. One of the things I've been stressing about is that I have 15 textbook PDFs that I've barely cracked because, especially since, I don't know, maybe 2008 onwards,
Mm.
you can get that information in more digestible ways, in more multimodal instruction online.
Hmm.
Like using Google and then getting to quality resources from there is genuinely a better way to learn this content than a genetics textbook that's 3,800 pages.
Dude, imagine having to learn everything from books. What a miserable
Ugh.
life that would
I
be,
can't even
dude.
read. It wouldn't
That's what I'm
work.
saying, dude. I skipped that part of kindergarten. I never quite caught up.
I skipped a grade. They weren't happy about it.
Yeah. I just started showing up to the first grade classroom with my tiny swinging dick, and they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's good because another really nice part about our style of education here at Dell is that to help make it fit into 12 months instead of 18 to 20,
Hmm.
they've cut out a lot of the bullshit.
Right.
Not necessarily that anything you're learning at a given med school is bullshit, but they're testing you on a lot more recall and like, can you name every enzyme? Ours are like, these are the important enzymes because
Mm.
when things go wrong in common diseases, it's at these enzymes, or we have therapeutics that treat these enzymes. Like, we're learning the stuff that's actually clinically relevant rather than all of that and also tangential shit that makes for good multiple choice questions.
Right, like the kind of stuff you would do in undergrad. It sounds like.
Yeah, they tried to trim some of that out. So it's good, but
Right.
it's also, I mean, they didn't cut 35% of the material. They cut 10 or 15%, which means we're
Yeah.
still doing 20% more material, if I had to guess numbers, per week than other med school programs, which maybe I'm going out on a limb here, are not necessarily known for being light and breezy.
It sounds like they don't ascribe to the philosophy of you won't have a calculator in your pocket, like all my
Bingo.
old math teachers used to.
And they were so wrong.
I know, dude. So short sighted.
But yeah, it's like your computer is always open. You can always research more and cross reference stuff. And honestly, if you're a good physician and a patient asks you about something or you encounter something that you're not familiar with, the right way to handle that is recognize it as a valid concern or question, explain that, I'm not entirely sure, and
Hmm.
then educate yourself. So,
Right.
on the one hand, yeah, there's less expectation of just memorize all of the body in all of its ways,
Hmm.
and there's also kind of more of an emphasis on being able to assess given resources or papers for quality and actual scientific standard, being able to, especially for one of the things that we do is case based. So we'll get together on Monday in a small group and we'll go through two cases, pick out a bunch of learning objectives for ourselves, and then we have until Wednesday or Friday. We do one case each day, going through and discussing, citing our sources, all of those answers to the questions we gave ourselves,
Hmm.
which is really cool because it means that we have to be presented with a medical case and then say, I don't know XYZ, and also A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Right.
And
Right.
then we're practicing the skills of like, okay, how do I not spend 12 hours getting to the information that I need in order to make informed care decisions? So
Mm.
it's also, I think, going to echo well into clinical practice when you run into things that you don't know. We're going to be better prepared at Googling, basically.
Yeah. Right. Are these case studies? Are they ever like crazy medical anomalies, or is it like, oh, it was chicken pox all along?
I mean, the case study we get is like 2 or 3 pages, and it usually includes kind of like the whole path of patient care. So
Mm.
getting like what they came in with, what their worries were, what tests were run, what the results of those tests were, what the diagnosis is, what treatment is prescribed. Like, we're getting all of that information.
Hmm.
And then what we're digging into is like, all right, what are all of the possible presentations and clinical manifestations? What might indicate that? Why did we run these tests? What do the
Right.
results of the tests mean? Why is this the treatment? It like digging into kind of all of the things around it. But also, it's week 3. We've done 5 cases so far. They're pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like sickle cell was one, Huntington's disease was another. It's like things that are common enough that you need to know it, but you get snippets and understanding of a lot of facets of medical care, including like community and social support resources and different government agencies that deal with this. We've covered Medicaid and Medicare from these case studies. So it's really cool because rather than being like, all right, for the first 2 months, we're learning everything about metabolism and enzymes, it's anchored in all of these facets of actual medical care. So I genuinely think it's going to make me a better physician, and I think
I would
that
hope
it's a
so.
good strategy.
I would hope that med school is making you a better physician, but
this kind of med school.
So you know how kids in college who weren't us used to use Chegg to like cheat on homework and stuff? Do you ever like just throw these do you ever just throw these symptoms into WebMD and call it a day?
Not WebMD, but there is a cool resource that you can pay to have full access to, or any given person, and this is self-directed medical advice. If you Google a given medication, syndrome, disease, whatever, and add AMBOSS, AMBOSS, it is an incredibly detailed and lengthy repository of everything medicine. Like all of the pharmacokinetics and all of the different mechanisms of absorption and adverse effects, everything about a given drug, everything about for a disorder, like how it arises, what mutations, how it's inherited, that covers everything. For our case studies, they generally want us to be citing textbooks or papers or things that are not like the Chegg of medicine. It's a great place to get a baseline understanding of whatever we're dealing with, but then they want us to like be citing journal articles.
Is AMBOSS useful to the layman, or is it more for people who are kind of in the know, medically speaking?
Definitely more useful to people who are in the know, but if you have a baseline level of health comprehension, and I don't mean like at least a nurse or higher, I mean like you understand some aspects of sickness and being an organism in general.
I know what sick means.
There's still value that you could get from it. So like if you were trying to diagnose yourself, probably not going to help. But if you went to the doctor and they were like, oh, you have X dermatosis or something like that, you could type that in with AMBOSS and that would probably give you some useful information.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you didn't just out my afflictions to the internet, dude. Just because I have X dermatosis doesn't mean that it's like this fun little thing to talk about, alright? I'll come out of the X dermatosis closet when I'm good and ready.
The X was just like placeholder, whatever kind of dermatosis. And dermatosis, I think, is made up. Dermatitis would be inflammation of your skin. Dermatosis, that might be like removal of your skin. Don't do that.
Right. Well, maybe you should read
also medical advice.
Educate yourself on my affliction. But speaking of rashes and such, are you excited for every person you know to start coming to you with every rash that they've ever found on their body and being like, am I going to die? WebMD told me this was cancer.
Oh, WebMD. I've heard a lot of jokes from lecturers. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. It's my favorite doctor.
I really am. I still don't know what kind of medicine I'll actually end up doing, but very attractive is emergency medicine because contrary to what you might think, they work on a very tight shift-based schedule because it's always an emergency all the time. If you work in emergency medicine, very rarely are you on call for like, hey, we've got an emergency. Like, yeah, no shit. That's what the doctor who's currently working is supposed to handle.
Yeah.
So you get a very good work-life balance. Like, might be 50 hours a week, but it's a regular 50 hours rather than, 40 plus 20 plus on-call and some of the crazy shit that other specialties have. And also, the other reason it's a super attractive option is because I would love to have a real breadth of skill. Like if something goes wrong, think in my personal life, if I'm on a plane or a train and someone's like, is there a doctor? Or if something happens to a kid or a family member, like you have that quick react knowledge to at least address what is urgent.
Yeah. Like you get a case where it's like, this man is blue from the face and is screaming and can't stop. All you have is a spork and an eraser. How do you fix him?
Shove the spork into his nose, eraser into the anus. One of the two will come out, and that's how you diagnose.
Erase the illness, and then eat your lunch.
Actually, kind of on the topic of ani.
Erasers? Oh.
Close.
We got a
And
lot
also,
to talk about.
right, we were laughing this morning in the case-based class because sometimes researchers publish papers with real cutesy names. One of the better ones is Fantastic Yeasts and Where to Find Them, analysis of the hidden world of fungal whatever.
Yeah.
Very cute, very funny.
Love
and
it.
One of the best papers that was brought up by our facilitator and had us all dying for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and share a screen real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
This bad boy.
Let's see what this says. An in-depth analysis of a piece of shit. Distribution of Schizosoma mansoni and hookworm eggs in human stool. Yeah, I can't believe that got published.
Piece of shit. The best part is actually some of the diagrams.
What is this Microsoft Paint ass graphic, dude?
This is science, and I will have you respect it as such.
Bro, this is 2003 clip art, I think.
It looks like MS Paint, yeah. This was drawn with a cursor for sure.
I love the anime eye, too.
I love that she has 3 fingers on her hand.
Yeah. That is not medically accurate.
If you're not on YouTube, this is a reason why we do YouTube.
Yeah,
it's
right.
One of the first diagrams on this paper, this actual published paper, an in-depth analysis of a piece of shit, is this sketch art picture of what looks to be a woman crouched over either a sample tray or a scroll of some sort.
I like to think it's a scroll, a papyrus scroll.
With a log of shit coming out.
Yeah.
And also, now you know what the front is.
The front of what? Of a shit?
Yeah,
it's the end that comes out
first.
Okay, I could get behind that.
Or in front of it.
Yeah.
Another highlight is front with 2 exclamation points labeling it.
So so what is this depicting? Is this the process by which you examine a stool sample?
I think this is the collection process.
Okay.
This next slide is how you examine it.
Wow, it looks like a torpedo.
Well, that's for sausage-shaped samples. There's also whole stool homogenization and lumpy samples, and a guide on how to process those.
Have you done much fecal play in med school yet, or do you plan on it?
That's actually why I came to this school. I heard it was one of the focal curriculum points.
They're fecal curriculum points.
Hey, there it is. But yeah, I thought that would be worth a laugh. Turns out scientists do have a sense of humor.
Yeah, when they can, dude, they'll throw in a little joke that here and there, keep the readers interested.
Exactly. You want to keep them coming back for more grant money.
Yeah, that's also a big thing I know is like you need an eye-catching title when stuff's getting published all the time. And when you put piece of shit in the title, like, yeah, that'll grab a few eyes for sure. Or a podcast or two.
Hey, fecal curriculum points might be the title.
Yeah, exactly.
And for when you do get down to Austin, Austin East Siders.
Yeah.
E-A-S-T ciders. Kind of like East Ciders with an S, but with a C in this case.
Gotcha.
Delicious. A lot of local Austin breweries, but man, they got pineapple cider, and I am sold.
Oh, I bet you are, dude. Yeah, Austin definitely seems like the kind of place that like does craft beer right and interestingly.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I bet.
It's great.
Man.
Looking forward to you getting down here.
Yeah, soon, dude. One of these days soon. The listeners will be graced with our in-person charisma and chemistry once again.
I'll have to work ahead on all of my stool sample research so that we can just bang out a dozen episodes back to back to back.
Yeah, might have to start creating your own samples, just, force-eating laxatives.
Now that I know how.
Yeah, exactly. Now that you have this informative diagram on how to put shit in a box.
That's my shit in a box.
The best.
I'd say it's a parody song, but that was already a parody song.
Yeah. Dude, I was listening to Lonely Island again recently. They had some good stuff, dude. Mother Lovers is probably my favorite song by them. At least it's the funniest in my opinion.
Captain Jack Sparrow song gets me every time.
I would say that that's the best song musically speaking. It is actually an absolute banger, dude. That song introduced me to Michael Bolton.
Yeah, that was my first exposure. That might have been the first Lonely Island song I heard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, working at McDonald's, senior year of high school, working the closing shift with Michael Carmenini or something was his name.
Shout out Carmenini.
Great guy.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, everyone's a friend of the pod.
Yeah. No, back in the day, Jizz in My Pants might have been the first one I heard. Another classic.
That's an OG for sure.
Has
that ever happened to you? You ever creamed your shorts?
Yes. Well, kind of. Not like in public, but like getting frisky as a young man. Just, wasn't ready. Happens.
Fair enough.
I
love the extended story. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, I was actually outside of my friend's house with my girlfriend at the time, a couple of pure children, and we were about to have an all-night Diablo 3 LAN party. And me and my girlfriend were making out in the backseat of the car outside the house. And
Diablo does get you hot and ready.
Yeah, exactly. I had to the non-sex was really just foreplay for a Diablo marathon. And right in my jeans, and just kind of had to deal with that all night long because I didn't bring another pair of jeans. Or a second pair of underwear, as it would so happen.
That's a highlight. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yeah, but it's even worse.
Oh, is it? Yeah, this one I wouldn't say that was a bad story. That's like not ideal, but like but it's
the twist on it is stewing in it for 12 hours of Diablo.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of chilling with it.
How many friends were there playing video games? Was it
just
like
two
of you or like okay.
Yeah, it was me and two others, yeah.
Okay. Right. I didn't know if there were like 9 of you all in the same room.
I don't know if that would have made much of a difference. I hope they're all
congested.
Yeah. For my smelly semen.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for
my pungent seed.
Yeah, so, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
You might have heard this because it's so goddamn funny, but
I do know the story. I can't wait.
I'm ready to share it. I'm ready. Sophomore year, college. I didn't have any preemie jacks when I was in high school because I was a man and clenched it off with that urethra tightening.
Yeah, urethral strength. Of course.
That's actually by my new workout program. That's
We start from the urethra and move outward. It's the window to the soul, as they say.
You ever pee, shake it twice, and then still get a drip in your pants? Not anymore.
Never again, dude. We're talking total like bent hose to style strength, dude. Nothing's getting out.
Go to zanegains.com with a Z and purchase our urethra strengthening starter kit.
Yeah, only $60 a month, and it is well worth it because that's on sale.
That's going to be how I pay my tuition.
Yeah, discount code fellas.
So, sophomore year, UConn.
Yes.
Regularly going to the gym. One of the busier years I've had.
Absolutely.
And hitting a post-class workout. Hanging ab raises where you got, your arms above you from which to hang. And you lift your legs up in front of you like a nice little L sit. Work the lower abs.
Never been able to do it.
Never could.
I can't. My legs are too dang long anyway.
I had those thick boy legs, so it was like having weight strapped to me, except I couldn't have weight strapped to me too. Anyway.
One day.
That always blew my mind when I see dudes doing pull-ups with like 3 45-pound plates tied around their waist.
Absolute monsters, dude.
Holy shit, that's like a 300-pound pull-up and you're 150 pounds. What the hell? Yeah, crazy. Never could I ever. But what I could do was unweighted L-sits.
And let me tell you what else I could do.
And I I wish I hadn't given away the end point of the story, but try not to plug the pieces together too fast. Follow along with us.
Yeah, I'm still down for the journey.
Aiming for, the usual, the basic, 3 sets of 12, maybe 15, probably 12. Let's not hype myself up. First set, we're doing well. Get up to like 9, 10, like, 11, this is kind of hurting. 12, drop off. Like, whew, kind of feels like I have to piss. Well, it's my last workout. I'm not going to, like, go down to the bathroom, stop sweating, come back up and finish it.
Yeah, lose your spot. Come on.
Exactly. Especially at the Yukon Rec in the afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Can you hold this? I got to go empty my bladder.
Better idea just to piss yourself, honestly.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So anyway, I jump back on. And I start going, and I get to, like, 6 or 7. Mind you, only halfway through the set, which is only my halfway set. I am feeling it. I'm like, I have to piss. 8, 9, 10. I really have to piss. 11, 12 with bad form, drop off. Whew. That was close.
Right.
I might piss myself. But now I'm only 1 set away from the finish line, baby. And then I'm done at the gym. Like, again, sunk cost fallacy. I'm even more invested. I'm not leaving this rack. I have to finish this set.
Yeah.
I jump on. Squeeze my urethra because I'd already begun strength training at that point.
Hell yeah.
I get to 3 out of 12, and I have to piss.
Right.
Mental fortitude. I keep going. 5, 6.
Man.
This is as bad as the end of the last set, and I'm halfway there. Tears in the corner of my eyes. I'm gonna piss my pants, but not in the middle of the gym, please. 8, 9. I might never have had to pee this bad before. 10, 11. As I'm doing the 12th, suddenly I don't have to pee anymore. And the reason is because I just peed my pants.
I see.
Legs up, down, drop off, grab my water bottle, walk.
Bye, everyone.
Time to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Power walk in, legs close together, like, man, it's a good thing I have dark shorts on. Thank gosh the Yukon stall is not taken, because you remember there's like 1 toilet for the rec center for 20,000 students.
Yeah.
Fantastic design. A+
Ideal.
Yukon. Walk in, slam lock the door. Go to pull my shorts down to assess the damage and start mopping up with toilet paper, and there is a load splatted to the front of my pubis.
Wow.
What the fuck? WebMD, do I have cancer?
Yeah, it's crazy that you didn't realize until you ocularly inspected it.
And nasally. Not by inserting, but like wafting.
Yeah. No ammonia to be found.
Go figure. So, first order of business, emergency medicine, handle the situation at hand. Wad up toilet paper, scoop and throw, get the hell out of there. I can smell me as I'm leaving.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, fuck. Not the impression I want other gym goers to have.
Nah, it's just, you got an aura of pheromones about you.
It's so much testosterone.
That's
just how my sweat smells.
I had excess testosterone that day.
Get back to my room, full of shame. Start Googling and find out that somewhere between 10 and 20% of women who exercise with moderate to severe intensity regularly have reported what they term a coregasm.
That's an awesome name.
I know. Turns out the number for dudes is like 0.5 to 1%.
Is 1 in ever. And it was you.
1 of 1.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you just are working the core muscles enough and squeezing the internal bits, I don't know, maybe my abs were just so jacked that it was punching my prostate on every rep.
Yeah. They took a little trip down south.
Gotta say, honestly, would not recommend. Did not feel like a non-core orgasm. It felt like I was pissing myself, and then it was semen. Not ideal.
Right. So this didn't lead to any future fetishes or anything?
No.
You
I'm
haven't
just
been like
much more
chasing that
aware.
dragon ever since.
I'm just much more aware of that particular ab exercise. Like, that's danger. That's red flag. I do
Right,
10
right.
reps, 10 reps only.
If I
I
ever
have to rub
to
one
pee,
out before ab day.
I need better endurance in all aspects.
Exactly. So that is the one time I've had a Lonely Island moment, if you will.
Right, right. Still not as bad as a song like I just ate a grape and then jizzed in my pants.
Stiff breeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that I've been able to feel safe enough in this space. This space being the internet where anyone could listen.
Right, exactly. We're every single person on Earth.
On a podcast that at least 3 of my current medical school peers are aware exists.
Oh, that's so fun.
You know who you are. Love ya. Don't hate me.
And now you know me a little bit better.
Hey. At least this is a private time. I mean, not private, but like not in class, you know.
Right, right, yeah. This is an intimate, safe, vulnerable space for sure.
It wasn't a share during the case study.
Yeah, no, it is not an in-person, face-to-face, like, you need to know this about me if we're going to be in med school together for 4 years.
On a
I can't hide my
completely
truth.
unrelated note, let me tell you about the time that I just interject into the middle of lecture with all 50 of us.
Yeah, so, before we leave, does anyone have anything they want to share with the class? I do.
I have something I need to get off my chest and out of my shorts.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
So it's freeing. It's nice to be able to open up like that.
Right, yeah. A burden off of your chest, for sure. But if we are taking a hard pivot, dude, have you seen this this new Steam Deck that got announced?
No.
So Valve has actually come out or started taking orders for their like Nintendo Switch killer. It's like a portable computer, just like the Switch, has like a 7-inch touchscreen with controllers on either side, and is like dockable to like TVs and monitors and stuff. It's about as powerful as like a PS4 or an Xbox One, but it only runs 720p, so like it can run basically anything, and it has cross save between like that and your computer and everything. It seems
That's pretty
like
nuts.
Pretty fucking cool, and the cheapest one is like $400, which
You
has.
want to buy me one?
I kind of want one, but I don't know if I'll be a day one kind of guy with this, but I think the cheapest one was like 64 gigs or something.
I'll wait to see if it goes better than the Google Stadia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Stadia's different. That was like a streaming game stream.
I'm glad
you
talked me off that ledge.
Yet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, game streaming just, it's not here yet. It's almost here, but like, it's just got enough problems where paying that subscription seems like I don't know. I feel like I would be cheated. But yeah, dude, this thing's pretty cool. Just full PC gaming on the go. Not bad.
That's pretty impressive, I'll be honest. I love everything Valve does.
Yeah, seriously. They kind of don't miss. It's pretty crazy.
Maybe that'll be like the Gen 2 right around when I graduate med school. Maybe that will be the gift to myself on the last bit of loan money I have.
Right, yeah.
You know, for when I'm actually a doctor and have more time for video games.
Dude, I just need... Maybe, if you have these 50-hour weeks, dude, that's not as bad as med school. 50-hour weeks on a paycheck.
And no self-directed learning outside of it.
Yeah. So, those 50-hour weeks, would that be, like still 5 to 7 days a week? Or is that, like, super long shifts and you'll have, like, a 4-day weekend or something?
A lot of the time I do hear it being like 4 12-hour shifts as a common for EM.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some flexibility. One of my small group mentors is a pediatric emergency room doctor, and he won't be here for the next 3 weeks because he's going on vacation with his family.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for him.
From both the teaching role and the emergency medicine role. So, I mean...
Yeah.
That's better than the horror stories you've heard.
Yeah, for sure.
I forget what it is. I think, like, as a resident, which is, 3 to 5 years after med school, you are legally capped at, like, 60 or 80 hours as, like, you're allowed to do this. And for some specialties, orthopedics being among them, that's, like, where the official hours stop, but not your work.
I know that generally people are pretty, like, aboard by the insane hours that residents have to go through. Is there like real talks in the medical community about lightening the load on medical residents?
A little bit, but not for the residents' sake. It's like,
what does that
if
mean?
if they work 110 hours, they're not going to be sleeping enough to be making sound patient care decisions.
Yeah, of course.
That's why there is a cap. Like, it's like maybe 20/80. Like 20%, we care for you and don't want you to burn out, because
Right.
physician burnout is a huge issue in pretty much all fields of medicine.
It's like a
Just
frat,
because,
dude.
like, exactly, bro. But like, exactly. I mean, even as a family care doctor, what's nuts is you're working regular hours, usually just 5 days a week, but you'll have 1,200 patients that you care for.
Mm.
So like,
Yeah.
it's a ludicrous amount. You're seeing patients for 15 minutes at a time for 9 hours of your day. Like, you're seeing dozens of patients every day of the week in, week out.
Right.
If you're working orthopedics, you're working a minimum of 60 hours, and then you are on call, and there's also time where it goes over the, like, prescribed, like, this is how long I expect to spend in surgery. It's a big issue, actually. So they're working to limit it, and one of the steps has been to cap resident work hours, but again, like, that has
it's
led,
still a
from
pretty
what
high cap. Yeah.
yeah, from what I understand, it's led to like a capped number of official hours and almost the same number of hours.
Do you predict any more reform by the time that you undergo your residency? Fingers crossed is about all you got. Yeah. I'm
I think they're
hoping.
gonna, yeah, I think they're gonna keep working on it, because it is an issue and it does cause problems both for physicians and patients. And that's one way that we can work to reform the healthcare system, is to improve this. We're
Right.
also graduating more doctors every year in America than there are doctors dying or retiring. So we
Okay.
are getting more doctors. I'm not certain how much that rate outpaces like population growth. I think by at least a little. However, there's more research coming out about time spent with patients, community engagement, and the health of the social economic side of things. Like, there's still more to be done, as much as there are more people to do that work. So
Right.
while I expect it to get like a little bit better, it will still be a shitty time for sure.
Oh yeah. And you kind of hope so. You kind of hope that the doctor you're seeing has really been through it, as much as it sucks to say, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I don't want boot camp getting easier, and I don't want residency getting too easy.
yeah, no, that's honestly pretty fair.
Yeah.
One of the that's the case. When we do our
Don't worry
clerkship-
though. When you're in your residency, I'll still be a shoulder to lean on and an ear to cry into, or whatever, however the
We're going
phrase
to be
goes.
editing even more of the podcasts.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
This is
I mean, I
episode
don't
500 where Zane goes through his total mental breakdown. Yeah, we're still
know,
gonna post it.
I'm smoking
Yeah.
at this point.
All that
Physicians
hair's
say not
gone.
to, but I'm a fucking physician, so shut up.
Hair just as long, but hairline receded 3/4 of the way back your head.
Dude, you laugh. I bought rosemary oil because apparently that shit's been clinically shown to be as effective as Rogaine. But
No
now I'm not
shit.
buying Rogaine. I'm doing it preventative. I don't want to lose all this.
Right? Yeah, you've worked so hard for it.
You should start buying rosemary oil and just scalping that in a
yeah.
bit.
Start really trying to finally connect this unibrow, dude. They've been separated for my whole life, and it's a big issue to me.
Right? And then hopefully we can get that to connect with your sideburns, and then the beard, mustache, eyebrows are all one contiguous
Yeah,
piece
I
of
really
facial
I
hair.
want to frame my face, dude, with hair. This could be the new look.
You could start a thing, honestly. With your
Yeah.
charisma, absolutely.
I want, yeah, whatever. What would be the name of that for, like, because they have like mutton chops and like other things for sideburns. What would these be? Brow chops?
Picture perfect? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking gorgeous, whatever you call it.
Framing yourself. I'm trying to go with a picture frame, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's, I don't know, man. Wolfman Light?
yeah. Well, we got time. I don't see this hair growing right now, so we have time to turn the phrase, as it were.
Fair enough. Hey, you think I could get your input on something? We'll try to make
No.
it funny and quick. Okay, good.
No, you can't. So let's. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Go for it.
It's an artifact of me becoming an actual doctor at some point that it is now time to order a stethoscope for myself. And one of the hardest issues I have found in medicine so far is trying to decide which color stethoscope I want.
Oh boy, alright, let's watch this stream.
There are yeah, I mean, you can look if you want to weigh in after the fact. I'll probably have already ordered it by the time this episode goes live, but
sick.
I'm sure we can have some jokes.
Right.
The first of the 5 that I'm considering is this. All black, it's like matte black. Real
Classy.
cool. Lets them know I'm like the Knight Rider type doctor.
Yeah, you don't fuck around.
I'm here to do medicine and nothing else.
I am the Doctor of Death.
Well,
Nice.
Dr. Death was like an actual person. That's a nickname ascribed to a real dude. Crazy story. This motherfucker was the worst at surgery. Like, ruined people's lives and also sometimes killed them. And just kind of got... It's like a huge warning story in the healthcare system because he kind of got, like, passed off to other hospitals and... Nobody really gave him, like, the appropriate, complete condemnation of a review that he deserved, and they were like, yeah, no, he's good, because it covered the hospital's ass, and it, like, got him out of their hands, and there isn't, like, lawsuits for physician license loss. And he ended up practicing for years at multiple hospitals, like, doing orthopedic surgery without a fucking clue how to do it.
Just shittily?
Yeah, like, literally, other doctors went in after the fact, and they were like, there's bone missing that wasn't supposed to be removed during this surgery. There's screws that are in muscle and nothing else. Like, that doesn't do anything. He paralyzed some of his patients. Like, he...
Human centipeded 2 of his patients by accident.
On accident, yeah. I just kept suturing and got carried away.
Yeah.
Ooh, what did I just do? Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed.
Oh, unauthorized. I got this.
Stethos at?
I got a special code.
Delson.
You didn't see anything. Okay. Number 1. All black.
Okay.
Not Dr. Death.
Again, serious.
Yep. The next one. Black tube. Polished smoke bell. So
Can't
instead
tell
of
the
matte
difference.
black, this is like a shinier, dark gray black.
Okay.
Another one. None of the navy blue garbage.
So many
We've
black
got-
tubes.
Yeah,
Burgundy
dude.
and champagne sounds fancy as heck, dude.
Yeah. Kind of like
tube,
this.
blue stem.
Matte black, but there's this little piece in a nice blue color, which will also help differentiate it from all the other cool-ass fuckers who get all black stethoscopes.
Right, allowing your husky pride to show through.
A little bit, yeah. And then, a little bit lower, we've got navy and black.
Okay, inverted.
Simple, we love it. Navy blue
Of course.
tube, matte black all else.
Right. Wait,
And
can you show me
then-
burgundy and champagne real quick?
Yeah,
I'm
I
curious.
can. Champagne is this, like, yellowed color. on the
Yeah,
metal.
it sounded much more rich in text than it does in picture.
Yeah, I'm not super impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Navy and smoke. Which is
Oh,
that
with
smoke
the blue at the end as well.
right? Basically, all just variations of black, gray, and navy because I'm a basic bitch and I roll like that.
That's
But-
never how you roll. You have a pink gi for BJJ.
Yeah, I do. But the pink doesn't look good. I checked it out. Lame.
For
It's
some
not worth-
reason, they've posed it more femininely also. And I'm not sure how to explain that, and maybe I'm a sexist, but...
Probably. Also, I thought that the Caribbean blue was a nice color, but I don't
Ooh,
know that the
tropical.
champagne bell is me.
Right. Are there any with patterns? Like, could there be a bumblebee one?
No, unfortunately not.
No Dr. B stethoscope?
Dr. B! No, there is not.
Shout out Dr. B's.
Yeah, so it's kind of like how much blue do I want and how much the rest black, and should any of it be shiny or just matte? That's kind of the question that I'm looking at.
Can you show me plum and smoke?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Looks like
Not
a delicious
you.
Greek yogurt, but yeah.
Yeah,
not me.
that's not you. We're stethoscope sorting hat right now.
Look at how lame gray tube is.
Yeah, double gray.
Dude,
Gross.
who would gray
Get out of my
food?
fucking face with that, dude. I never want to see that again.
There is... Oh, wow. There is
Wait a sec.
Rainbow bells, if I want.
Whoa. Rainbow bells are kind of dope.
Yeah, there's also a navy blue with rainbow.
I don't hate the rainbow bell, I will be honest. It
think
definitely has a bit its own flair to it.
That it does. I don't know how serious I want to make this, given that one of my professors is in her 50s and still uses the stethoscope she got in med school. This might be
Right.
like a 2-3 decade decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt I'll ever not like rainbows, but
Yeah, rainbows are dope, dude.
yeah, you see where I'm stuck. I think
Yeah,
one
so
of the
many
ones I like,
options.
yeah, almost too many. I'm angry.
What's
one of
the
the ones
most expensive option?
They are the ones with the polished metal. This, I think, might be my favorite. It's the matte
Yeah, that one's
black,
pretty cool.
but with just a hint of blue.
Yeah. This is going to be great for our audio listeners.
Yeah, I was about to stop sharing it, but that was where I wanted to end and see if you had any glaring reviews. Or are they all just fucking stethoscopes to you?
No, I hate them all, actually, with a passion. Every single one of those disgusted me, and I think that you shouldn't be a doctor if this is what you have to put up with.
Fair enough. I'm tapping out.
Peace out, Austin.
I'm flying
It's been
back.
real.
Or I guess driving again. Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah, I hope to never have to make that drive again.
Mm.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hardest decision I've been facing today.
Wow. It's a hard
Med
one
school's
indeed.
rough, dude. I've been telling you.
Yeah. I can't believe you have to do this kind of stuff on a daily basis. That's insane. I
Wild.
don't know. My mind would have been split in 100 ways.
I got it down to like 5 or 6, but that's still too many personalities for med school.
Yeah, that's still like that movie, Split.
Exactly, yes.
And that guy would never make it in med school. I'll tell you that right now.
I can also throw an engraving on, which I think is worth it just to put my name on this $200 piece of equipment that I don't want taken by anyone else. And I
Right.
think what I'm going to do is very preemptively get Dr. Zane R. Cook and put a
Wow.
little piece of tape over the doctor for the next 4 years. Because A, I don't want to buy another one in 4 years. B,
Yeah.
I don't want it to just say Zane Cook when I am a doctor.
Yeah.
And C, worst case, it's a laugh at my expense. Hopefully that doesn't, like, atrociously put off any doctors that I work under. Like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
You are no doctor. I am
fucking-
a doctor.
Right? If I get House as a preceptor, might not be great.
Yeah. Yeah, call your shot, bro. Put that doctor on there.
I think I might.
Yeah.
Just Sharpie it out and then 4 years from now clean it off.
Or should you put Sir Mr. Dr. Zane?
Sir Mr. Dr. Engineer.
Yeah.
Put my Steam username on my stethoscope. My Instagram, at Zane.cook. Yo,
Yeah.
follow me.
Yeah. Yeah, plug the podcast. Put a couple of... Have our logo
couple of
engraved on
fellas.
there. Yeah, dude. Perfect. Plug us to all your patients. That's like so many free listeners. It's a captive audience.
I was considering getting vanity plates for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
CPL, FLLS might be, like, a couple of fellas' license plate might be the move.
Yeah, not bad, dude. I don't hate it.
I think I can get, depending on the plate, like 8 or 9 characters, so I might even be able to do better. CPL
Yeah.
is couple or corporal.
Yeah.
I am Corporal Fellas, and you can call me that from now on.
Corporal Falls.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. It's been
Nice.
tough. How about
Yeah.
you? What's going on your end?
What is going on my end? Well, apparently, I have to replace the roof on my house, which is quite expensive, so that's not fun. We're trying to scheme our way out of that one, but we'll see.
Question.
Yes.
If it's something you have to do, how is that not caught 3 months ago when you were getting inspections done?
So, I don't know if I want to go too into it, but it kind of was caught. but there's only so many things you can negotiate when you're buying a house for like the previous owner to fix and still want to sell you the house. So that was one of the things we're like, the roof is probably fine. And honestly, dude, it's been raining for the past like week straight, and we haven't
only
had
5
any
of the 6 rooms are leaking.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe different insurance company. Maybe we shell out the cash. TBD. Probably not shelling out the cash, but yeah. Other than that, it's the house has been pretty friggin' smooth sailing, I will say.
I was gonna ask if you're settling.
Other than
nicely.
the fact that I am sweating my ass off, bro. It is so hot, and we do not have central air. And before you say anything, I don't want any of this Texas gatekeeping about, oh, you think it's hot. Yeah, I do think it's hot, and I'll have you respect that.
Honestly, I was just gonna brag about the air conditioning in Texas.
Yeah, well, must be fucking nice. I'm pissed.
It is. It's everywhere, and they don't fuck around.
Yeah,
it's like
I bet.
a point of pride for Texans. They're like, you feel this? Like,
yeah. We've mastered
great.
weather. We've mastered heat. We just need to master cold next.
Most of my classmates are freezing inside the school building, and I'm like,
Oh, I
finally.
bet. Yeah.
Thank God. People go outside at lunch and are like, basking in the sun. I'm like, get that shit heat away from me. I'm staying indoors.
Sweat solidifies once you move inside.
Yeah, it's like a crispy outer layer of frost.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's happened to me before, like when I'm like working out or something, especially after wrestling, where I'm like just absolutely coated, and then I would like walk outside into like freezing weather, and my hair would be like legitimately crunchy afterwards. It's a strange sensation.
It's wild. It gives me like a whole helmet.
Oh yeah, dude, I bet you could probably do some crazy stuff. Just like have your hair in like a 2.5 foot tall mohawk, or however long your hair is. I don't know, but
pretty fucking long, honestly.
Yeah, seriously. What's the goal? What would be your ideal length of hair?
All of it.
Just maximum, whatever that means. I want to be fucking Rapunzel, dude.
I figure I'll keep rocking with it because it's still like like when I go to the Barton Springs, which is an aquifer fed public pool type deal, but like massive, like 100 feet across and 1,000 feet long pool fed by natural water. Really cool. Yeah. It's hard to find my classmates around this massive expanse of pool. So literally like walking around, there's only so many people with my shape and my hair, and it kind of works as a beacon to locate friends in the crowd.
Yeah, like, yeah.
It's still a thing. It's still a joke. I still get compliments from other professors or students I'm meeting until it's really old hat.
Until I start getting insults.
Yeah, dude, fuck off with that. Or if I start going bald.
Right.
That's stressing me out now. I'm worried that the stress of med school will lead to hair loss, and that is stressing me out, probably accelerating the path to hair loss. A vicious cycle.
Yeah, you're in med school. You're in a good place to find a cure.
I don't know that that's the type of research that they're pushing here, but yeah, maybe.
Highly lucrative research, I'm sure.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's something. I get that third year flexible so I can kind of do what I want.
Yeah. Find what's really hurting people these days.
Cure cancer. I've got a year.
Yeah. I mean, they're so close, I bet. Like, all you got to do is tap it in at this point. Yeah, exactly.
Easy. Alley-oop, first author on the paper.
Yeah. Doctor saying.
Don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Not yet. Still would be a student. But yeah, actually, what should I do? There's like a shitload of opportunity to get involved in research, clinically research. Like I'm adjacent to UT with all of their incredible engineering. I should be filling some extracurriculars, since I was complaining about all the free time I have.
Yeah, of course. Oh, extracurriculars or like in medicine specifically?
Well, research. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I should go do like clinical population study stuff, like how bad food and advertisements are a problem, or should I go try and do some real nitty-gritty shit and see if I can saw some bones together?
Something that involves stool samples. I think it's clear that is your passion.
I can screw stool into a bone.
Yeah, I want you to be honest to your true self. I don't want you, straying too far away from the mission that you set out, which was to surround yourself with stool samples and really get to know them personally.
Yeah, process them, homogenize them,
Yeah,
label the front and
exactly.
back.
Taste them, like whatever, dude. Like whatever it takes to cure
Dude, science,
the ailments.
science is science.
Yeah, science is science. There ain't no two ways about it, dog. It's that simple.
And a lot of science back in the day was pretty much that. Like, that was the OG diabetes test. You pass a lot of ketones and sugars because you don't process them well if you're diabetic. So literally,
Uh-huh.
urine samples would be extra sweet. And there was a time, for a little while, where doctors would diagnose it by, like,
When?
2012, 2013.
You're fucking with me.
1800s for sure, like late 18. I think through like some of the early 1900s, maybe. I'll double check.
Right.
Heck it.
Yeah.
We have a Google. I'm getting pretty good at researching on Google.
Hell yeah. Born too late to taste pee, dude. I'm so sorry. That could have been you. That could have been your claim to fame.
Diabetes testing, evolving from taste to test. Diabetes was first identified as early as 1500 BC. Wow.
Yeah.
And in 600 BC, physicians recorded that ants were attracted to sugar in patients' urine.
Okay.
During the Middle Ages, doctors used uroscopy, a practice where they studied urine to diagnose medical conditions.
Okay.
They consulted intricately designed urine flavor charts that described the sight, smell, and taste of urine. The only disease that they were able to diagnose correctly was diabetes. That's so Middle Ages, bro.
Every day we stray further from God's plan.
In 1674, an English doctor named Thomas Willis, let's not let his name go down without some infamy, described diabetic urine as wonderfully sweet as if it were imbued with honey or sugar.
Okay, I'm getting sold. I like those things.
Something to look for in a potential girlfriend.
Put that in tea. Sounds great.
And the first clinical test for sugar in urine was developed in 1841 by Karl Trommer, of course, German. The way they do it.
Yeah, I
So
love
my
this.
guess is that until at least the 1800s, I was only a century off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go figure. His
The
test had
Germans
a very
it figured
different...
out.
Yeah, some dude
Mm-hmm.
was just like, there's got to be a better way. I'm sick and tired of these patients coming back every day of the week
Yeah.
just for me to get it from the tap.
Do I have diabetes now? Do I have diabetes now?
Lollipop. How about
Yeah.
now?
Throw it into
Yeah, fun
ice tray
fact.
with toothpicks.
Sweet summer treat.
Yeah.
No better way to cool off than as if it were wonderfully imbued with honey or sugar.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, man. Medicine really has come a long way.
Yeah, and it's got a long way to go, dude.
Yes, it does.
And you're on the forefront.
Maybe like the 3 front. I'm a couple steps back.
Nice.
It's a lot, yeah. It's like a branching tree. So there's just shitloads more branches getting into ever smaller pieces.
right.
Like, where somebody's, I think these fucking bacteria cause ulcer, and drinks it, gets an ulcer, cures it with antibiotics, boom, Nobel Prize, off of like a theory for a whole condition. Now
Yeah.
it's like studying particular interactions of particular genes or enzymes in particular circumstances at different doses of a particular thing, and that takes like months or years and then gives you like this incremental bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, the pace has slowed, but there's more people than ever doing science, so
Yeah.
stay in school, kids. We need you.
Dude, that makes me think. I remember I had like a math TA once who was like, going for his higher degree in mathematics, and he's like, yeah, dude, at some point when you're studying like super high level math, you're just guessing all the time. You're like, is this a pattern? I don't know. Let's try to find out. Like, just finding like random theorems and things like that. Like, so much of math has been figured out, but it is just infinitely complex in the directions you can go. I don't know. Not the path for me. It seems so directionless at that level.
Doing research sounds incredibly exciting if it was the 70s. Doing
Yeah.
research now sounds incredibly grindy.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that life is like. Like, what is. Can you be just a professional mathematician? Do they exist?
Yes, but you also have to teach because otherwise they very rarely get value out of you.
Yeah, true. Right.
That's why all of those higher math class professors we had were completely disengaged and could not give two shits about teaching us. They
It's
were like,
legitimately a pyramid scheme, dude.
I'm just here because it's part of my contract. I want to go guess at things.
I don't
Yeah.
want a real job.
That's the real secret of math. It's all guesses. Always has
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
We don't even
Always
know
will
that
be.
2 and 2 is fish.
Not yet. Someone still has to prove it. But they'll get there. I have faith.
But what is a proof? It's all circular. Big government just wants you to think that big math knows what they're doing to
They're just
convince you to
spinning
buy
our wheels,
toilet
dude.
paper.
It's fucking bullshit. I'm pissed. I've never trusted math less than right now. I'm so
And if
glad
you want to know
opened
why
my
you
eyes.
shouldn't ever trust math,
Mm.
you'll have to tune in 2 weeks from now on
A couple of fellas.